Okay, cool. Good day, grade 10s. Welcome to our business studies class. Today, we're still looking at our entrepreneurial qualities. We just need to finish from what we were doing last week, Friday. Also, today, we'll be looking at your assessment, the one that you wrote on Friday. We also going to look at that. For those who are just joining us, welcome to our 19th lesson. My name is Hector Esunkos. All right. So on Friday, we did some, we did some qualities of an entrepreneur, and we did some of the stuff, but we did not finish everything basically. So today we're just going to finish off. Then after finishing off, we'll look at the formal assessment that we're writing on Friday. All right. So basically, we looked at these concepts: willpower to overcome obstacles. We look at passion and ambition. Then we here, I haven't touched the risk taking, basically, right? So let me just recap on ambition and passion. Basically, I said to you, basically, boys and girls, that once you want to be an entrepreneur, you must have a passion and ambition. So, meaning that the entrepreneur are driven by the passion and willingness to succeed in the things they believe in, right? So, they are driven by their passion and willingness, right? They are self-driven to achieve their goals. They have a high level of what? They've got high level of your um, level of enthusiasm and willingness to learn from the mistakes, right? So it is very important to understand from your side that, okay, in order for you to be an entrepreneur, these are some of the skills that you need to have, basically, right? Then another thing that you need to have, basically, you must be a risk taker. So you must be a risk taker. So basically, we know that entrepreneurs take calculated risk. Entrepreneurs take calculated risk takers as they weigh up and what they might lose before deciding, right? Also, we know that basically they weigh risk carefully, and once a decision is made, so basically they have courage to see it through. So that's what it means by your risk takers. Also, they risk their own money when they start their businesses, and they envisage to make a profit. They are flexible in their decisions should they turn out to be wrong also. So basically, boys and girls, if you really, really, really want to be an entrepreneur and you want to be a successful entrepreneur, you must try by all means to be a risk taker. You must be able to take risk, even if they say you must take 100,000 to invest in that business. If you really believe in it, you must be able to take risk. Without taking a risk, unfortunately, you won't be able to be an entrepreneur. Majorities of the entrepreneur, they are risk takers. So it is very important to know what things you need to have or what qualities you need to have in order one can be classified as an entrepreneur. I hope it makes sense so far, boys and girls, and I hope you're all following from home. Um, Please always feel free to ask questions should you have any. I'm here to help you, boys and girls. And yeah, all right. And also, the another thing that we did not look at when it comes to risk taking, we need to know that actually your entrepreneurs, they are flexible in their decisions should they turn out to be wrong, basically, right? So that's another one, right? So it is very, very, very important for you to understand each and every step so that everything can just make sense, basically. Now, let's look at perseverance. This is another quality that an entrepreneur needs to have. They must be able to persevere, basically, right? So, perseverance basically is to hang in there in a simple English, meaning that um, even if things are bad or things are difficult, you must be able to stood up by yourself and have a positivity that one day things are going to work out. Now, entrepreneurs keep on going even if things are difficult and the future looks bleak. So they just keep on going even if things are not going accordingly, basically, right? They do not give up easily and have an amazing ability to keep going, right? So they do not give up easily. That's one thing that they are good at, right? Also, they cannot be easily persuaded to change direction or do something else, basically, right? So they are very focused, basically. They know what they want and when and how also. So that's also a pillar of perseverance, basically, great tense. Also, they are goal orientated and cannot tolerate failure, right? They are goal orientated and cannot tolerate failure. You know, guys, if you really want to be an entrepreneur, a successful entrepreneur, you must have these qualities. You must know what you want in life, um, things that you desire for, things that you admire, and stuff like that. I'm telling you, boys and girls, right now, should you have all those skills, you are going to be a proper entrepreneur, right? Success is the only result acceptable to them and often become workaholics. So majority of them, they become workaholics. So entrepreneurs, they don't sleep majority of the time. They do sleep, but they don't sleep they don't sleep limited hours. They keep on working because their goal is to get whatever they want to get, basically. Also, another skill that as an entrepreneur you need to have is your exceptional organization skills. So basically, this one means that you need to be organized, boys and girls. You need to know that, okay, on this day I'm doing this, on this day I'm doing that, how to do this. So organization is the first skill, basically, for success, right? So once you're organized, everything will be just much more easier. Entrepreneurs are good at combining the other three factors of production. Basically, we know the factors of production. We have learned in them last year in grade 9 EMS. I hope by now you know them. Natural resources, your labor, um, you know them, guys. There are four of them. So please make sure that you still memorize them because it is part of your economics at the end of the day, basically, right? I hope so far you guys are fine and you are following what I'm saying right now. Right. Now, let's look at bullet number 1 when it comes to exceptional organization skills. So entrepreneurs are good. Okay, I've read this one. Okay, they can take charge of situation and make the business work, right? Also, they can get things done by turning plans to action, right? So getting things done by turning plans to actions. Does it make sense? They have good planning and time management skills to put things in order. That's another exceptional organization skills they have. So it is very important, boys and girls, and I hope everyone is following so far and everything is making sense, right? They are good at imposing structure and creating order, right? So that's one of your organization skills. Now, let's look at this one now. It says management and leadership skills, right? So here's another quality as an entrepreneur that you need to have. You must be able to manage, and lead, right? Very, very important. So guys, basically, if you really, really want to succeed in your, what you call, in your, um, in your entrepreneur organization or stuff, you must be able to be a leader, because sometimes as an entrepreneur, you sort of like lead other people, or you manage the people that are under you, basically, because majority of the what you call sorry majority of the entrepreneurs, they are basically business ladies or businessmen, basically. So it is very important for you to understand each and every element of these things. So how does your management and leadership fits in your role, or as a role of your your what you call entrepreneur? The entrepreneur's management skills enable them to plan, lead, organize, and control the activities of the people who work with them, right? So they are good leaders who can motivate and inspire others to do their best. They are good communicators, skilled at solving conflicts and generating enthusiasm in others, right? And also they are known what they are good at and get others to complement their strengths, basically, right? So you must be a leader, you must be able to manage. That's another role of being an entrepreneur. Now, boys and girls, we're still looking at the qualities of being an entrepreneur. Now we're looking at flexibility or ability to adapt quickly. These are also important points, also very, very, very important in such a way that you need to be able to understand this now and then, and look after for the whatever thing that is given, right? So now you must be able to adapt quickly to changing circumstances due to their openness to change. They are willing to listen to other ideas and be able to admit when they are wrong. They evolve and change with the times by updating their skills and knowledge on the latest technology or market trends. Very important also. Also, they are always ready to see the new business opportunities and ways to achieve, right? Okay. Now, boys and girls, we will be also be looking at high motivation or energy levels. That's another skill or quality that an entrepreneur needs to have. They must be if you want to be a good entrepreneur, you must be highly motivated, you must have energy and stuff, right? So now entrepreneurs are self motivated. They have great physical stamina and commitment to work hard for long hours with demanding customers, basically, right? Also, um, they have a high tolerance for stress involved in running one's business and make difficult decisions, right? Also, boys and girls, they have emotional and personal strength to think clearly and deal with problems calmly. Very important, boys and girls. Now, the last one is the high degree of commitment, right? You must be committed to what you're doing if you want to be a successful entrepreneur, right? So, commitment is to putting yourself into something and stick on it no matter what. That's the commitment, right? So, is to commit yourself, basically, right? Now, let's look at the high degree of commitment of how does it link to our qualities of an entrepreneur. We know that they are not afraid to make sacrifices to realize their dreams. Once their goals have been set, they focus into the exclusion of all else, right? Also, they have high standards and cannot tolerate mediocrity, right? They are committed to their business idea and work hard to achieve their goals. That's another element of a high risk of commitment, basically. Boys and girls, that's it from the qualities of being an entrepreneur. So please make sure that you know these qualities. We're not yet done. After this, I want us to look at the informal assessment that you guys wrote. I just want to give you guidelines on how you are supposed to answer it. And maybe then tomorrow, and for first 5 minutes, I'll show you the memo on how you were supposed to answer. But today, I'm just going to give you the guidelines basically on how you need to answer it in a lower level. Then tomorrow, I'm going to go deep, showing you how to answer it in a higher level, because I know some of you, they haven't attempt that assessment. Please, guys, if you haven't, today I'm giving you the last chance to attempt your assessment. Basically, it is very important for you to understand what's happening there, because this is what we've been covered so far in class. So please, it's going to make so much sense for you when we do proper corrections. All right, let me just go to the assessment. All right, boys and girls. So this is the assessment we wrote. All right. So says business studies, grade 10, set by Mr. S.H. Nkosi, and time was 1 hour, meaning that you were supposed to sit for an hour to write your assessment, and it was out of 40, and this is your informal task. So before you start your assessment, you were supposed to read your instructions basically. Very important to follow instructions. This will also help you in an exam basically, right? The instructions and information says read the following instructions carefully and follow them precisely. Answer all questions, work neatly and systematically, use a blue pen only, ensure that your name appears on your test. No pages may be removed from your assessment. This booklet consists of 4 pages. So it has 4 pages, including the cover page. So here you are supposed to write your what? You're supposed to write your name and surname and the date of which you completed your assessment. Now, this assessment, guys, it is very important. This is an exam type question, right? And this is an essay type question. And majority of the time, essay type questions are for 40 marks. And it's very important for you to understand your essay type questions and how to answer them. Tomorrow, as I'm saying, I'm going to show you into detail how to answer an essay type question, of which is going to help you a lot. Right. Now, let's look at this essay type question. Okay, before we look at this essay type question, your booklet was, the answer book was provided to you. So it was your own responsibility to write here, to print this at home, everything, then answer here, because this is your booklet. This is where you were supposed to answer everything, basically, all your essays, right? Now, let's look at this essay type question. It says to you, many businesses realize the importance of a state-owned company. Importance of a state-owned company in rendering essential services, while others feel that cooperatives are better than state-owned companies. Cooperatives are better than state-owned companies as they share resources and costs to achieve the better outcome. So basically, once you read this statement or short case study, it tells you that, okay, what is it about? Already I can pick here. I mean, I could tell that, okay, they speak about state-owned companies, they speak about cooperatives. I was like, okay, these are mostly forms of ownership, basically, right? Because we know state-owned company and a cooperative, it's a different form of ownership. Then now, the examiner says to you, write an essay on a state-owned company and cooperatives. So they want an essay where on a state-owned company and cooperatives, right? In which you will include the following aspects. So in that essay, They are guiding you basically that, okay, as much as you're writing about your state-owned company and cooperatives, but the examiner wants the following things, right? You must elaborate the meaning of a state-owned company. You must explain the characteristics of a state-owned company. You must discuss the disadvantage of a state-owned company. So what they want the meaning, they want characteristics, they want the disadvantages. Right. So those are the three things that they want from a state-owned company. Now, let's look from a cooperative what they actually want. In your cooperative, it says advise the business on advantages and disadvantages of cooperatives. So for cooperatives, they want only advantages and disadvantages. For state-owned, they want the meaning, characteristics, disadvantages. So you must follow in the manner in which the examiner wants you to lay out your answer or to write your essay. Also, boys and girls, don't forget that under exam condition, an essay type question must have intro, body, conclusion. Same as from English. When you write an essay, it must have those three things. So you must give an intro, right? Because here it seems like you comparing, because it says here, advise the business on the advantages. So here, you must give an intro based on this statement that you were given here. And also after you have compared these two things in your body, now in your conclusion, you must say, okay, it is important to have a state-owned company, or it is important to have a cooperative because of 1, 2, 3. Does it make sense? So conclusion, you must conclude and decide which one are you going with, basically, boys and girls. So it is very important to listen or to know what the examiner is asking from you. Very important point. Boys and girls, I hope you were following and I hope you understood everything that I've been explaining to you. From my side, that's it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in and have a lovely afternoon. Goodbye.